TV show, and this program is officially sponsored by Leku Trade Properties.
Hello and welcome to the Journey TV show, and my name is Ijoma Dicta. I am the host for today's show. And today we are going to be having me as the guest in the studio. Yes, I will be my own host and my own guest. But guess what? As we celebrate our 4th anniversary at CWIN, we are going to be showing you all that we've been able to achieve over the years, and I will also be sharing my journey with you, how I've been able to do it, what I've been able to do, and how you too can replicate my strategies. Exciting things I'm going to be sharing today is all about our initiatives and the things that we have done as a community. Now, one thing I need you to know is that we have been able to inspire thousands of people, creatives, experts, and even business owners. Today I will be sharing my journey with you and how you too can learn from my journey, get on board, and become a better creative. Okay, so when we talk about building an audience on social media, one thing I keep saying is that for you to build on social media, you need to come first with value. People would pay attention to you when you're able to tell them that you have value. People will be able to pay attention to you when you've shown that what you have inside of you is relevant to them. I think it's something people need to pay attention to these days, because we have people who want to build brands, but they are not ready to give. Now we have this sort of parasitic relationship that is on the social media space. People want to take, but they don't want to give. So if you are looking to build, your audience on the social media space, you want to build a large following on the social media space, the thing you need to pay attention to is first, value. What value can I bring to my audience? What value can I bring to people? How can people get better because of my own content? How can people become good at what they do because I am giving value? If you don't know how to, share your value, if you don't know how to get people to recognize the value in you, it will be very difficult to actually build this audience. And when we talk about building audience, I keep saying audience does not mean results. What means result is impact. So if we are able to impact people, the following will come. The following will come. When you're able to let people know that you are valuable, they will definitely follow you. So I think it's something you want to pay attention to today. You want to look at how best you are going to be giving value to people so that people would begin to pay attention to you. Talking about clarity. Wow, I think when we talk about clarity, people think what they need to have when they first of all get started is all the clarity. Clarity comes in phases. And one thing I teach people is that clarity comes as you grow. The moment you begin to pay attention to what you are doing, you begin to gain clarity. There are some ideas I had, years back, but I'm actually executing those ideas now. Why? Because I knew what I wanted, and when those ideas came in, I had to just journal them. I was able to write them down because I knew that I might have the clarity then, but I do not have the capacity. So when people talk about clarity, I let them know that clarity comes as you grow. Now, there is this thing I want to talk about. When you talk about clarity of message, I want you to know that clarity of message can change. Your message can change. The things you think is your message, or that thing you think is your message, might want to, change in years or in months to come. For instance, when I started out, I was just a writer, right? But then I kept learning, I kept attending training, I kept signing up for programs, and I was gaining more clarity. And today, I am, including tech into what I do as a person. So I think you need to pay attention to your growth process. As you grow, you will gain clarity. As you grow, you'll be able to see how best to, execute some of the ideas you have. And let me also let you know that clarity of message might also mean changing of industry. Yeah, changing of industry. Sometimes you would say you have discovered your message. Sometimes you say you have gotten the message that you want for your audience. But who knows? You might need to change to an entirely different industry. That's the reason I talk about building a personal brand. When you can build your personal brand so that your personal brand can be strong, can be powerful, whenever you move to another niche, whenever you move to another industry, people will still listen to you. Whenever your message changes, your audience will still follow you because you have built your personal brand. You've made people to understand what you do as a person. You've made them to also know that you are worthy, you are valuable, and that you are capable of leading them. And that's what we talk about thought leadership. When you talk about thought leadership, I think it's paying attention to what you want to do to a certain audience. You want to influence people, you want people to think the way you are thinking. So when you start building a powerful brand as a thought leader, people can now follow you when you change your message or even when you move to another industry. So first off, understand that clarity comes with growth. Next, understand that your message can change anytime, any day. And finally, know that as a thought leader, you can influence anybody to think the way you want them to think and to act the way you want them to act. Okay, so when it comes to building a brand and people tend to say, I'm still young, I don't need to pay attention to XYZ, I have a lot of time. I think that is something that confuses them. For me, I don't believe that anybody who wants to get better results or who wants to influence the world should say they are young. Young is just a limitation that the society has placed on you. The society tells you you are young, you still have enough time. You can do this next year, you can do this next 2 years. And then you are, sleeping, whiling your away time, doing anything that you want to do because you think that you are young. So I want to first of all debunk that aspect of I am just young. You are not just young, but you are young and more. And that's actually what made us to launch one of our initiatives at CWIN Africa. When you begin to pay attention to not just your age, but your capacity, it will be easier for people to trust you and to even believe in you. There are young people who are doing amazing things. There are young people who are going beyond borders to inspire the world. So when you begin to pay attention to how better you can do something, what's your capacity like? You say you are young, you can do more. You are 20, you can do more. You are 15, you can do more. I have people who have written books, right? Very young people who have written their books. They did not allow that aspect of I am young to make them not pay attention to their project or to that vision of theirs. So would you begin to ask yourself, I am young, but what can I do? Don't allow the society to confuse you. Don't allow what the society says to make you think that you cannot do more. And I think it's something you need to accept today, that young is just a limitation that the society places on you. It's a tag that limits you. The moment you begin to pay attention to what you can do and how you can do it, then you are young and you are more. Now, another thing you want to pay attention to is the people who think that they are old and they cannot do anything. I think that's something a lot of persons are losing out on. Now, there is this concept of ageism. When you begin to pay attention to ageism as a person, you will find out that people would not listen to you again because you think that you are old and you cannot do more. Now, there are people who, they might not even gain clarity at 20, but they can gain clarity at 30. They can gain clarity at 40. They can gain clarity at 50. I keep saying this, that whenever you wake is your morning. But if you're a young person listening to me, I'm not asking you to keep waiting. I'm speaking to people who are older. If you think that you've not done anything, and maybe you are old and you're afraid, how would I come on social media and do what young people are doing? How will I come on social media and begin to impact people? I am old, I'm 50, I'm 60, what can I do? This is me telling you today that whether you are 50, whether you are 60, you can still do something. You can still do more. There are people at their 60 who are writing books. There are people at their 60 who are hosting their events and leading worthy courses. So I think it's something you want to pay attention to. Scrub up that part of ageism. Begin to embrace growth. Accept that every time you wake up is your money. And I want you to believe in yourself that you can actually do whatever you believe in.
When we're going on a short break, and we will be right back soon.
At Leku Trade Properties, we help individuals, families, and corporate bodies to acquire real estate as well as own profitable real estate investments that generate recurring residual income. Whether it's buying land anywhere in Nigeria, meeting your housing needs, or investing in real estate, Leku Trade Properties is the real estate company you need to make your dream a reality. Call us now on 0701 861 2480 or send an email to info@lekutradeproperties.com. Leku Trade Properties, a place you can call home.
Talking about struggles. Now, I think people should not feel that anybody who has gotten to a certain level of growth is lucky. A lot of things happen. Now, if I want to share my story, you're following me over the time, you must have heard me share stories of how I got into the labor market and how I was paid a certain amount of money that was not convenient for me. As someone who had big visions, someone who had big dreams, I knew that I wanted more. So going into the writing and creative space, I wanted to impact the world. I wanted to, be a person of value. The thing I got when I first came into the industry was that, that the industry is competitive. I keep hearing everybody say, everybody is a writer, everybody is a this. And I was thinking, if everybody is a writer, then why should I pay attention to this? But one day I asked myself, if everybody truly is a writer, who then are asking people to teach them how to write? Who then need, training on how to write? Why are people reaching out to those who are inspiring them and asking them to teach them how to write? And that was it. I told myself, even if there are a lot of people in the space, there is still a sky for anybody. There's still a space in the sky for you to fly. And that was the thing. So, but one struggle I gained when I started was that part of me, reaching out to people. I wanted people who I'm going to stay connected with. I wanted people who are going to motivate me. But the first thing I did was actually to get connected with these people and study them. Get connected with them and study them. I think the problem a lot of persons have is that immediately they come into this space, they are looking for who's going to be their mentor. They are running into inboxes and asking persons, can you be my mentor, sir? Can you be my mentor, ma? And when people begin to get messages like that, they get frightened. They are always like, is this person a parasite? This person wants to come and sap my time. This person wants to come and take away the little freedom I have. So people don't want someone that's going to take away their time. What I did actually was to pick out a good number of persons who inspired and motivated me then and get to study them. I was able to go through all of their posts. I studied them from when they started becoming intentional. Yes, I went as far back as their earliest post in their intentionality journey. Trust me, when you want to grow, you would go extra mile. You would do what you think you cannot do. So I think when you want to grow and when you want to become an authority, first off, look for the people who are in your industry, people who are motivating you, people who are getting you inspired. Then study them before you go to ask them about mentorship. For me, I didn't even ask anybody, be my mentor. What I did actually was study them, get their resources, learn from them, attend their programs. I was eager to learn. And then you would also tell me that, I was this person who gets so fascinated about new knowledge. I was always willing to study. I was really willing to solve the net. I was willing to make research. So the moment you begin to make research, the moment you begin to study people, the moment you begin to assess their resources, that is the first stage of growth. And the first stage of growth is clarity. You gain clarity by assessing superior knowledge. Oh, yes. I think content is one of the things that we hold on to as a community. Now, Creative Writers and Influencers Network is a community that believes in building impact using content, platform, and intellectual property. So I think when you want to grow your brand or when you want to become an authority, the first thing you need to pay attention to is how best to let people know how that you're a valuable person and that you need their attention. You see, the two major currencies on the social media space is attention and interest. The moment you're able to get the attention of people and get them to be interested in what you do, you are good to go. Now, let me also share, there is a part of creating content that people need to pay attention to. You see that part of you putting out every sort of content on the social media space because somebody asked you and told you that you should put out content. Now, content are streamlined. You need to put out content that positions you as an authority. You need to put out content that makes people to perceive you as an authority. You need to, put out things that make people to trust you. They know what they talk about, the know, like, and trust factor. You want people to trust you. You want people to pay attention to you. You don't just come on social media and you talk about everything, your family, your, I think you want to pay attention to that part of you that knows that this content is suitable for social media, this content is not suitable for social media. So when you talk about content creation is strategic. And that's also one of the things that we had in mind in posting the CWIN Writing Challenge. At the CWIN Writing Challenge, we help individuals to understand what kind of content they should put out for their niche and why they should put out a certain type of content. Now, when they are putting out this content, they are gaining visibility. There are a lot of persons who participated in the last CWIN Writing Challenge. They got a lot of massive visibility. They were able to tell people that this is what I do, this is the value I can bring to the table. And trust me, a lot of them got massive deals. A lot of them, got jobs because they were showing up. Content helps you to be visible. It helps people to know what you do, and it also makes people to trust you. Perception is very important. If I know that this is what you do, if I know that this is what you can offer, I will definitely trust you with my money that, yeah, you can get it done for me. So pay attention to not just putting out any kind of content, but putting out strategic content that would help to position you as an expert and as a leader in your industry. You see, the part of relearning, unlearning, and learning, I think is something people need to pay attention to. There is this part of you that thinks you've gotten to a certain stage in your life where you can no more learn, or where you don't need to learn new things. So you feel you've gotten to that level where people are now hailing you, you're an influencer, you're a celebrity, people are making you feel you've gotten to that level. But hey, there is a need to learn, relearn, and unlearn. If you are able to get people to see that their growth is not just by what you knew from the first part of it. So you want people to know that you're relevant. You want people to trust you. You want people to know that it's not the knowledge you had in years back that you still have now. You want people to believe that you are really growing. That's why you need to learn, relearn, and unlearn. And you see that part of process. I keep shouting and screaming it. You cannot become relevant if you don't follow the process. And no, the process is not about staying years, months, into the journey. There are vehicles that can lead you to where you ought to get to. There are people that would help you to get to a place. A journey of 6 months, of 6 years can, become a journey of 6 months. But first off, are you ready to assimilate the knowledge, the resources that are needed to get you to that place? Are you ready to connect with the people? These people are the vehicles. If I want to travel, I can decide to go with, my food. I can decide to take a motor, a bus. I can also decide to take a plane, right? The person who took a plane is going to get to their destination faster than the person who took a road ride. The person who took a road ride will definitely get to their destination faster than the person who took, who is a pedestrian, who walked. So that's also the thing you need to understand about growth and process. The moment you begin to accept that people would help you get to where you ought to be, the people would share with you knowledge and information that would help you get to where you ought to be. That is when you start growing. When we talk about process, I tell people, you cannot skip it. Grab that. You cannot skip process. As long as you are equipped, you will get to where you ought to get to. Wow, the journey so far in CWIN, I think it's something that, it has been a period of, trials, struggles. There are nights you have to stay awake to think and execute projects. There are times you don't want to get it wrong. You don't want to fail. I know there are this part of people who say, I cannot fail, but I accept that there is a part called failure. I accept that people can fail. And that's the reason I'm very conscious of when I am derailing, when I'm not going on the path. I can notice failure when failure is coming because I recognize that there is something called failure. So in my journey so far, there have been cases where I see failure coming to my face and I'm like, hey, what should I do? Because I recognize that there is a path called failure and I am able to, take another way, take another path, get corrected, and it has been a wonderful journey so far. We founded CWIN as Creative Writers and Influencers Network on 28th of October. That was the official launch of it. We had our official launch on the 28th of October 2018, and it's been a wonderful journey all along. We've had people who trusted us. We've not been just a community, we've moved from being a community to being a brand and to being a company. So we are Africa's leading writing, publishing and innovative company, offering solutions to people who are in the creative space, who are in the business space, and who need content to boost their visibility, make impact, and of course build their influence. It's been a wonderful journey all along. Now, talking about all that we've been able to do, I think if I want to start talking about, I want to talk about our workshop so far, the things that we've been able to accomplish with our workshop. The first workshop I hosted was in 2019, and that was the period where people, were saying when you start out in the space, you should not just rush to launch live events. And I'm like, wow. It wasn't even up to a year, and I put out details for the live event we had, and it was then in Anambra State, and we had people travel from various states to come for that event, for that workshop. And over the years, we've hosted other workshops. We've hosted in Lagos, we've hosted in Oka again, we've also hosted in Abuja. We've also hosted the CWIN Writing Scholarship. Now, the CWIN Writing Scholarship is a corporate social responsibility that we undertake to help young writers and business owners to get support that they need to build their own writing career on the online space. And that's it. We've been able to help writers, funding them with cash and gift prizes, offering them publishing deals, offering them offers that has made them to build their own writing career. I think it's something people want to pay attention to. We even had the this year edition a few weeks ago, and we had the winner come up with cash prize of 50,000 naira, and even publishing deals, ambassadorial deals, and of course another special offer that is going to be coming to him right after now. So that's something that we are so inspired about. Also, we've had the Young and More Africa project, which also led to the Young and More Africa convention. I think it's one aspect of my growth that has stretched me over the years. Have you been able to consider how people who host large events have been able to do it? Yeah, the flight issues, getting speakers, getting your venue, getting people to come in and listen. It's been a wonderful and tough journey. So the Young and More Africa Convention has been hosted for 3 years, and we've been able to inspire people. People have been able to come to our events, and they have been so inspired. This year we had the event in Lagos, and we had media features for the event. We have Silverbird, we had the Nigerian Tribune, we have Impact Newspaper, and so many media organizations. Because of that event, we also had me coming up as a top woman in 2022. It's been a wonderful journey all along, and I think it's something that we want to pay attention to. Now, going forward, we are going to be having the CWIN Studios. I know you didn't see that coming, but maybe you saw that at the intro of this video. Now, the CWIN Studios is a media arm that is armed, with the obligation to provide and produce content that would inspire people. For the Young and More Global Outreach, we have a goal, which is 1 million youths by 2030. So, using our media platform, we'll be able to reach out to more persons through our documentaries, our talk shows, our events, and even movies. Yes, we'll be having movies, short movies that's going to inspire you. Just watch out for all the exciting things that we're bringing to you. And I was also glad about the CWIN Journal. In 2018, that was in 2018 or 2017, we had I had a personal goal, which was to help more young people get showcased, being on the spotlight, get people to trust them, and that was actually the goal for the CWIN Journal, helping to showcase the works of excellent and creative talent in Africa and in the African creative industry. So we've been able to get people to, we'll have them on spotlights, share their own journey, share their content, and get those people to be celebrated. It's been a wonderful journey all along. So you want to get a copy of our CWIN Journal, right? So get maybe anywhere with the link in the video, you should be able to get a copy of the journal. And fascinatingly, one other things we had on board is our CWIN Certification Institute. So a lot of persons have been asking me, can you train me to be a book consultant? Can you train me to be a book editor? Can you train me to be a content management expert? And I'm like, I don't have the time. I don't have, because of a lot of things that I have been able to do or have been doing over the years. But good news, I am going to be, training people to become book consultants and book editors and content management experts through our CWIN Certification Institute. Now you come on board, you learn, and you get certified. When you do so good at what you do, we even get to recruit you into our team, and you can also, make money. That's actually the dream. So one of the things that we have done over the years is to make massive impact. I am super glad about the growth so far. There are a lot of things that we've done that maybe I've not mentioned, but I am certainly, that if you've been on the community for a very long time, or even for 1 month, for 1 year, even for 1 week, you should be motivated to start your own writing career. You should be motivated to do the right thing. You should be motivated to become intentional and impact your world. And I'm glad about what we have been able to achieve over the years. You too can do it. You too can become better at what you do.
Okay, so Creators by CWIN Africa is a platform, a media platform particularly, that helps creatives, especially undeserved creatives in Africa, to share their knowledge and get people to, earn profit from their own knowledge, monetize their knowledge, and get people to buy. So it's one of the platforms that we've been building over the years. As far back as 2019, I had this idea of having a platform that allows people to monetize their products, their knowledge, their skill. Now, I think this part came up when I started out and couldn't find something a platform where I can post my product without having people share the product. That was a fear I had then. People get to share your products to everybody, and especially your high-ticket products. So that was one concern I had then. I decided to start building it. I decided to, first of all, I wrote it down. So that's what we talk about clarity. When you have an idea, you might not have the capacity to deliver at that time. But the moment you begin to pay attention to how you can actually get to that result, get that result that you desire, boom, the capacity begins to come. So I've been building over the years. It has always been in my journal. And this year we decided to, let's bet this platform. And we're about to bet a platform that would help Africans tell their own story in the African way. And not just that, we're revolutionizing the creative industry and introducing innovation to the creative space. We want more persons to embrace innovation and think, even as a creative, as a writer, as an author, what can you bet so that persons or people can get better results leveraging your idea. And that has been a wonderful experience all along. So the Creators by CWIN Africa platform is a platform that enables you to do 3 things: to sell, to hire, and to even earn. So when you come on the platform, you can list your product on the platform and get people to buy from you, whether it's a digital product or whether it is a physical product. So people can come on the platform and buy your product. And not just that, people would also be able to read your product on the platform if it's a digital product, so they don't need to download it. Fascinating, right? So you don't need to download the product. They get their study area on the platform, and you are sure about the protection of your intellectual property. Yes. Now, another thing I want to celebrate is our growth so far and what we've been able to do. And I think it's because we've understood the need to create value. That's one of our goals as CWIN, and that's why we've moved from not just being a community, we've moved to being a brand and even a company. And we cannot wait to share our milestones going forward. A big shout out to all our team members and to the sponsors of all our projects, being the Young and More Africa Convention, and even this particular project. We have amazing sponsors. If you want to be a part of our sponsors, you want to send us a mail right away so that we can have you on board. And I'm very sure that it's going to be a seamless experience going forward. Until I meet you in our next episode of the Journey TV show, I remain your host, Ijoma Dicta, and I cannot wait to see you at the top. You have a wonderful day and stay blessed.
At Leku Trade Properties, we help individuals, families, and corporate bodies to acquire real estate as well as own profitable real estate investments that generate recurring residual income. Whether it's buying land anywhere in Nigeria, meeting your housing needs, or investing in real estate, Leku Trade Properties is the real estate company you need to make your dream a reality. Call us now on 0701 861 2480 or send an email to info@lekutradeproperties.com. Leku Trade Properties, a place you can call home.